in the trees over there?
There's been a UFO alert across southern Africa.
This is a continuation of possible UFO story.
A large, brightly coloured object was seen travelling very fast above Zimbabwe, Zambia and South Africa.
I thought it was an alien, and he had big eyes.
Several planes saw it. The experts are baffled.
Rua, Ariel School, 19th September 94, 12:12 local time. Could you tell me what you saw on Friday?
Well, it looked like it was like glinting in the trees. Like it looked like roundabout like a disc, like a round.
Are you sure it wasn't a Harrier jump jet or something that the Zimbabwe Air Force have got?
It was like in a disc. Kind of like that.
I saw something silver on the ground amongst the trees and a person in black.
They had big black eyes. That's all I saw. I saw a glimpse. They kind of turned around and stared and then went back into a kind of like ship.
I saw this silver thing in amongst this clump of trees with this one thing sitting on the side and another thing sort of like running up and down the top.
What does he look like?
His face was like this and his eyes were down here.
Mr. Mackey, you're headmaster of Ariel School. Tell me, what do you think of all this?
I feel sure that the children feel that they did see something. We asked them to draw pictures of what they saw on Friday, and after looking at those, I definitely feel that they did see something.
What do you think that was?
I agree that it could be something that we are not common with. But to actually say that it was a UFO, I would be reluctant to make a decision like that.
What did you see?
I just saw a glow over my chicken run, a very orange glow.
It was a helicopter or
No,
what?
it was just a big round ball.
Can you just tell us what happened the other night at Kariba?
We suddenly looked up and we saw this thing coming over the top of the hill. As it sort of came abreast of us, it suddenly changed from this glow to let's say two big red orange balls. Again, first thought was an Airbus 300 with the two engines. But then one thing we noticed about it was the lack of sound. In total, I would say about 14 people saw this in our group anyway.
They did tell me from London this would be the biggest story of the 20th century.
As I said to Tim yesterday, I mean, I do believe the children saw something.
Saw a door.
What equipment have you brought with you?
Well, Gunther is a highly technical chap, and he's made his own Geiger counter, his own metal detector. We're going to check it out and see if there's any radioactivity there.
Cindy, what are your impressions after this morning's little expedition?
Well, I certainly believe the children. I've come across a similar type of thing in Broadhaven in Wales, 1979, and the British didn't believe it, although I went down 3 times, and it's very similar to the whole incident here.
The Chicago O'Hare International Airport UFO incident. At approximately 16:15 CST on Tuesday, November the 7th, 2006, federal authorities at Chicago O'Hare International Airport received a report that a group of 12 airport employees were witnessing a metallic saucer-shaped craft hovering over gate C-17. The object was first spotted by a ramp employee who was pushing back United Airlines Flight 446, which was departing Chicago for Charlotte, North Carolina. The employee apprised Flight 446 crew of the object above their craft. It is believed that both the pilot and co-pilot also witnessed the object. This is the beginning of the incident of the Chicago O'Hare UFO incident. Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamamasuri, Japan. 2006年11月7日火曜日、中央時間16時15分ごろ、シカゴオーヘア国際空港の連邦責任者が次のような報告を受け取った。つまり12人の空港職員が金属製の皿型をしたクラフトが C17 ゲートの上でホバリングしているのを目撃していると。その物体は最初滑走路の職員によって目撃され、ユナイテッドエアラインフライトナンバー446を押し返している。446はシカゴ発ノースカロライナのシャロレー行きの飛行機であった。空港の外にいた何人かの別の目撃者もその物体を見ていた。その中の一人は露骨な円盤型のクラフト、つまり明らかに雲とは違う物体が空港の上でホバリングしていたと表現した。この証言によれば、近くの目撃者たちはその物体が高速で雲を横切るとき、雲の中に明白に青い穴を残したのを確認している。その雲の穴はその後すぐに塞がれたかのように見えたと報告されている。シカゴトリビューン紙のジョン・ヒケビッチによれば、その円盤は約5分間ほど黙認でき、ユナイテッドエアラインの十数人の職員によって近くで目撃されたということである。その中にはパイロットと管制官も含まれ、無線による会話を聞き、それを見るためにそれを追いかけている。ヒケビッチ氏によれば、ユナイテッドエアラインのパイロットがその目撃事件の時、デジタルカメラを持っていて、その出来事を写真に撮ったかもしれないが、今のところその UFO の写真証拠は表面には出てきていない。NARCAP は155ページの報告書を発行している。その中で報告書は、オーヘア空港上空の物体の存在は政府によって調査され、エネルギー感知テクノロジーの改善へとつながっているという。その空飛ぶ物体は5分から6分間混雑した空港の上でホバリングすることができたが、レーダーにも映らなかったし、管制塔からも見えなかったが、その物体がホバリングしている間、それは飛行機の安全に対して脅威となりうるものであった。連邦航空局とユナイテッドエアラインの反応。ユナイテッドエアラインと連邦航空局 FAA は当初、シカゴトリビューン紙がその事件を報ずるまで、オーヘア UFO 目撃事件に関してそうした情報があることを否定していた。シカゴトリビューン紙はその報告を情報開示法 FOIA により情報開示を要求し、調査を開始した。FAA はトリビューン紙の情報開示要求に対処するため、航空無線の内部的な再調査を命令した。その結果、後で UFO 目撃に関し、 ユナイテッドの監督から空港タワーの FAA 責任者への連絡があったことが分かった。FAA の立場はこうである。つまりその目撃されたものは天候現象によって引き起こされたものであり、当局はその事件を調査することはないだろうというものだった。UFO 研究家たちは次のように指摘している。つまり FAA のこうした立場、つまり見解はこのようなケースの場合のようにアメリカの空港での安全が脅かされたかもしれないという可能性を調査するという職務と明らかに矛盾していると。トリビューン紙によれば、インタビューを受けた多くの目撃者はこの事件について連邦係官がそれ以上の調査はしないということについて明らかに当惑している。当日の更新記録も正式文書となって残っています。それによるとですね、その直前まで係官同士が笑いながら会話をしていたようですね。で、例えばどんな会話かと言いますと、何が起こったんだい、こうだこうだ、いや違うよ、あれはねユナイテッドのスーのことなんだよ、はははって感じですね。で、イエスと言った後、深刻って言いますか、真剣な口調になってですね、12秒間ポーズがあって、There was a disc out there flying around、そこに皿があるよ、飛び回っているよ。There was what? なんだって？皿だよ。いやー、ちょっと待ってくれよ。いいよ。という会話なんですね。そしてそのしばらく33秒間間を置いてですね。OK、ごめんな。じゃあ僕に何ができるんだい？いや、そいつはね、そこにあったんだよ。で、デーブに話したんだけどね、その皿はね、その辺りを飛び回っていたんだよ。で、彼は思ったんだね。僕がね、ちょっとおかしいんじゃないか。だけどね、僕ははいだったけども、しかし酒は飲んでないよ。いやー、と。一部ですが、このような更新記録も残っています。まさにガンスモーク。火のないところに煙は立たないと言いますが、その煙が黙々と立ち上ったということになります。で、やはり例によって例のごとく、こういう事件が起きるたびにオーソリティたちはですね、その事件のもみ消しにかかるというわけです。なぜかそれは UFO 問題がですね、水爆問題と同じようにその国家にとっては最高度の機密であるからです。そしてこうした一部のジャーナリストがそうした事件を暴いているということになります。
We heard a high-pitched frequency sound, and we saw a flash and a craft. Two beings were hopping along. They weren't touching the ground. They were almost mimicking us. On September the 16th, 1994, Emily Trim was one of 62 children at Zimbabwe's Ariel school who claimed to witness an alien visit.The elementary students said they saw 3 mysterious flashes of light overhead. When this mesmerizing blinking stopped, it became clear that these were actually flying objects. The UFOs landed in a wooded area beside the school, and 2 thin, meter-tall humanoids materialized on its roof. In the 2 decades since the incident, experts from all over the world have tried and failed to debunk the sighting, leaving many with no doubts that it actually happened. According to witnesses, the first humanoid was wearing an ill-fitting black suit. He had enormous eyes, a scrawny neck and lank black hair. He was soon joined by another similar-looking creature. The figures walked towards the children as if in a daze. When they noticed the kids, they returned to the spaceship and disappeared. Some witnesses said the aliens warned them about the devastating impact of human activity on Earth's natural resources before leaving. This information was delivered telepathically. What makes this story especially remarkable is the fact that all the children told the same version of events. Eerily, when the school's headmaster, Colin Mackey, selected 35 children to draw what they had witnessed, they all depicted the same scene. Given how soon after the incident this took place, it is significant that the children recalled the event almost identically. One terrified child told investigators, "I swear by every hair on my head and the whole Bible that I am telling the truth." Curiously, Zimbabwe had experienced its first reported mass UFO sighting earlier that very week. 2 days before the incident, thousands of people across Zimbabwe claimed they had seen a UFO hurtling across the sky. Neither UFOs nor aliens exist in Zimbabwe's national culture. The sighting cannot therefore be easily explained as an episode of mass hysteria. Nor can the school sighting, according to medical experts. Harvard Medical School psychiatry professor John Mack traveled to Zimbabwe to interview the children who witnessed the incident. Professor Mack, a Pulitzer Prize-winning biographer and highly respected psychiatrist, was convinced they were telling the truth. The BBC sent a camera crew to interview the children. Tim Leach, director of the BBC Zimbabwe Bureau at the time, said that hearing the testimonies completely changed his perspective on life and the universe. Describing its transformational effect, he said, "I wouldn't change it for the world." It is also interesting that the 62 children have stood by their statements into adulthood. They are not profiting from standing by their claims, but have nonetheless maintained their story. However, many respected medical professionals question the authenticity of Professor Mack's alien research. This includes senior staff at Harvard Medical School. Suspicion over his findings eventually led to anonymous faculty members secretly investigating his work. This was the first time in the university's history that a tenured professor had been under investigation. According to journalist William H. Honan, the result was a highly critical report. Although Mack retained his job, he lost considerable professional respect for his work on UFO sightings and alien abductions. Much of this skepticism comes down to the absence of proof for aliens or UFOs. Besides witness statements, there is no proof that the Earth has ever received an extraterrestrial visit. In 2000, a leaked British Ministry of Defence report titled Unidentified Aerial Phenomena in the UK concluded that suspected UFO incidents are almost certainly attributable to physical, electrical and magnetic phenomena in the atmosphere, mesosphere and ionosphere. They appear to originate due to more than one set of weather and electrically charged conditions and are observed so infrequently as to make them unique to the majority of observers. There have been no scientific developments since the report's release to suggest otherwise. The same is true for alien life itself. In 2016, a study conducted at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics concluded that there is a high probability that intelligent aliens might not exist for another 1 trillion years. Scientist and the report's lead author, Avi Loeb, explained that humans may actually be an anomaly in the universe, as we cannot be certain that other intelligent life exists. 4 days after the event in 1994, a search team arrived at the site looking for proof of the alien visit. Despite extensive searching, nothing unusual was found at the scene. Furthermore, teachers at the school said in interviews that there were around 250 children playing outside at the scene of the landing. The 62 children who witnessed the incident are outnumbered by those who didn't. This discrepancy strongly suggests that whatever occurred in the playground that day was not as tangible as it first seemed. Some aspects of the Zimbabwe UFO incident and its aftermath defy logical explanation. However, there is no hard proof it ever took place, and scientists now suggest intelligent alien life may not even exist yet. All the same, the Zimbabwe incident remains compelling because of the sheer number of witnesses. It also remains shrouded in mystery.